Chivalry. Protecting those who cannot protect themselves. Being a knight is all about facing the most horrible opponents. Facing them with bravery and understanding. Bringing about a better era for all people, rich or poor alike. This is Chivalry. This is what this game is about. Hi, Professor here. I'm playing Chivalry, Medieval Combat, or Medieval Warfare, one of those two. I'll post it in the comments. Excuse me. This is an indie game, and I'll be playing it with Candlelocks, a good friend of mine. Yeah. It's an indie game. Came out a while ago. I'm sure you've seen plenty of videos about it. It's mostly known because of its just astounding multiplayer. As a indie game, you usually don't expect a lot of good multiplayer coming from it, and this one really shocked a lot of people. Its combat is just visceral, as you can see. Like, I don't know who I'm hitting. I think I killed one of my teammates in that. I'll be running alongside Candlelocks for a lot of this. He just hit me. But it really depicts what medieval combat would have been like. I mean, not to this degree of, you know, two men running solo along a bridge, but it would have been really easy to die. It would have been really easy to kill your teammates. That kind of thing is just something that would have been expected. So I really appreciate this game in that aspect, just because historically it's very accurate, and the objectives are similar to that. You can see I'm glitching out, trying to, yeah, bash down this door. That would have been a realistic objective in medieval times. Would be breaking down doors. Another one is pushing a cart of corpses to the water supply so that you poison the water supply. These are all things that were actually done, and I really like that. Later on in the video, you'll see me chasing down and killing the heirs to the throne, part of the royal family. This is things that were done constantly at this time. I was in Jordan for a while, and I went to the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is the one across from the... It's in Jerusalem. It's the one across from the one with the big golden dome on top. But that one was used as stables for horses during the Crusades. I mean, the people that did this were just awful. Talking about the game more, as you can see, I'm in first-person view right now. I'll switch to third-person view in a little bit, and I'm using a two-handed axe. Now there's 3 major classes. Hold on. I'm sorry, there's 4 major classes. Archer, Knight, Vanguard, and I believe Skirmisher is the 4th one. The Archer, of course, is, you know, not at all armored, using a bow and arrow, sometimes crossbows. I'm not sure if they have those. And then Knight is heavily armored, but usually slower weapons. The one that I'm using the most during this is either Knight or Vanguard. Vanguard being lightly armored, but heavy damage. And then Skirmisher being higher defense but lower damage and lightly armored, because they're one of the few classes that uses shields pretty consistently. What I'm doing right now is using the in-game quick commands. There's 20 options, 10 of them being mostly things like yes or no, laughing, that kind of thing, and the other type being follow me, you know, this way, defend here, that kind of thing. Mostly people just use them because there's a laugh command, which sounds awesome, and I really enjoy that. In this game, friendly fire is still pretty common. Oh, someone just killed Candlelocks, so I'm gonna chop off their arm and then chop off their head, which is something that happens a lot in this game, and is always satisfying every time it happens. I died right away, as you can see. I think my average lifespan in this game is probably under a minute because I constantly die. But usually the lives that I last the longest, I get a good amount of kills. On my Steam account, there's a screenshot of me going 10 and 0 or something like that, where I just went crazy. In this portion that I recorded, I used Vanguard with a sword and Knight with the axe to unlock more weapons. These are two things that I just don't use. Later at the end, you'll see me use Vanguard with an axe, and I think I do considerably better, just because those are more to my usual style. The weapons in this game are unlocked by kills with slightly weaker weapons or slightly slower weapons. I believe I'm using the second level sword, and there's 3 levels for every... There's 3 weapons and 3 levels for every weapon for every class, and there's 4 classes, so a total of, what, 36 weapons, I think. If I'm doing that right, I don't know. It gives you something to constantly work on. I mean, I've played this game not a lot, but a considerable amount, and I still haven't played the Archer class because I just haven't unlocked the weapons for everything else, and that's kind of what I work toward. It kind of gives you some sort of objective to do. Here's I believe this is the portion where I go in and take down the royal family. If you notice, we miss one of them in the bloodbath, which I think is just so telling of medieval times, because that's just what happened a lot of the times, is you just miss the body among all the other dead bodies. See, there he is down at the bottom left. Plus, you know, the opposing force would be rushing in to try and stop you. Yeah. You'll have to excuse me clearing my throat so much. Like I had posted on the Facebook, I'm getting over the flu and still trying to get healthy, and so my narration isn't going to be as good. In some regular updates, this was recorded with Bandicam still, a cheaper, and by cheaper I mean free, but kind of worse recording software than Fraps, which is usually used by most Let's Plays. Excuse me. But I will be picking up Fraps soon. This was recorded over a month ago, and I just hadn't gotten around to narrating it or uploading it because I couldn't upload on my horrible internet where I was. It's been over a month since I've done any narration or uploads, but I'm trying to get through quite a few things, upload them, and then I have kind of a publicity campaign where I'm going to hand out for free a pack of 3 indie multiplayer games, and then whoever gets them, I of course would happily play them with them. One being tower defense, one being sort of that League of Legends tower defense mix, and one being the very simple, straightforward murder, team-based, co-op thing. Here I'm challenging a guy to fight with his fists, but he refused. But then me and this guy with a knife start going at him. This is just one of the most enjoyable parts of the game, is when you're just in this fury of fists and daggers, and I don't know. Chivalry is really good. It's an amazing indie game. It's better than most non-indie games that have bigger budgets. I highly suggest it. Click the links below, like and roll, subscribe today. You know the deal. See you guys later.